a wonderful day, and it's a privilege for me to be here sharing this with you. I'd like you to take a look at this slide. You know, what can we see? Maybe one or two people can just type what you can see in the slide that I'm sharing. Just one or two. I can see cars. I can see nice buildings. I can see a series of Range Rovers. I can see people skiing, obviously having fun. And you know, the question I'd like to ask each and every one of us today is, what resonates with you in this? Just think about it. Which of these things resonates with you? You don't need to type it, but just think through. What is it? What do you dream of? What do you desire? And can we see my slide? It says, this is the picture of a light bulb. And one day, a light bulb is going to turn on in our heads. And it can be today. And I'm going to share a bit about a light bulb, when a light bulb turned on in my head. But to share that, as I start my presentation, I'm going to share a story of two young men. And at the end of it, you will see why this story made a light bulb go on in my head. And we start with the story of two young men called Chika and Chike. Chika and Chike, they finished their university degree and they were friends, and they happened to be posted to the same place for their NYSC. They were posted to the same place for their NYSC, and they were posted to this small community in Adamawa State. Are we following me? Are you following me? If you're following me, please type following you. So they were posted to this small community in Adamawa State, and when they got there, they finished their camp. As we all know, you go to camp first, and they went there to this place of their primary assignment. I think that's what it's called these days. And they got there and they met the village, the community head. And the community head said to them, you are welcome. You are very welcome. The government has posted you guys here. Thank you. I'm going to tell you what we need. You know, youth corpers in a community that's a small community, they will be like, they're here to help us with something. And so the community head told them that there's a problem in this community. And the problem is the problem of water. And that there's no water, no running water, no water in this community, but there's a stream about 2.5 kilometers away. And that is the only source of water for the community. And he told these guys, these young guys, that look, what we need you to do is to just be fetching water for us. We will pay you for every bucket of water you fetch $10. Chika and Chike looked at one another and said, $10, you know? In Nigeria, when we hear dollars, it's a bit different from Naira. So they said, okay. So the very next morning, they set out towards the stream. They carried 2 buckets each. And they went to the stream and they brought back 2 buckets. And then they paid them immediately $10 for each bucket. That's $20. They looked at each other and then they went back again. And that day they made 10 trips. And each of those trips earned them $10, $20. And at the end of 10 trips, what did they get? $200 each. At the end of the day, they counted their money. They looked at each other. Chike said, this na better. We go hammer. And they were so happy. The next morning, they woke up, they went again. That day, they carried 20 buckets each. Are you following me? Please type following if you're following me. And then they continued like that. So every day they were getting $200, $200. Imagine youth coppers. And they continued like that. They were very happy. But after about a week or so, Chike told his friend, my friend, though, I have an idea, or I have a thought. Chika said, what thought? I beg, it's time to move. Which thought again? So Chike told Chika, I said, you see, we're carrying these buckets, so, but, you know, I'm just thinking, I have an idea that instead of, you know, going every day and carrying buckets, why don't we dig a trench and lay some pipes so that we can pipe the water from the water source to the village, and then put in a pump on one side and a tap. Chika said, so how long will this take? Chika said, well, the way I'm looking at it, I think I've thought about it, maybe about three months. Chika said, and then these buckets that we're carrying every day, how many will we be carrying? Say, maybe we won't be able to go more than once or twice. Chika said, once or twice. Then I will now leave this $200 I'm getting every day. And then I'll be going to lay some pipes that I don't know whether they'll get to where they're supposed to get to. Maybe they will stop us. Anyway, sorry, you're on your own. I'm going to be carrying $200 a day. Then you want to leave it for some pie in the sky. No. So Chika went up, continued carrying his buckets, and Chike started laying the pipes. He would carry buckets maybe twice, sometimes once. He would dig the trench, lay a pipe, carry buckets in the morning, dig, lay a pipe. Of course, Chika continued carrying buckets, and he was making money. He was making money. He rented a big apartment. He bought a car. He would give the boys, he would buy rounds of drinks for the boys, sending money home. Chike's family were like, didn't you people go together? I beg, because they came from the same village. What are you doing? Oh, I'm pipes, and don't worry, soon go. They're like, which pipes? Look at your friend. I beg. Anyway, he continued. He thought this thing would last 3 months, but it didn't last 3 months. There were some challenges along the way. In between, Chika was like, you see? But anyway, he now finished after like 6.5 months. And then he called the villagers together with the head and everybody to launch his water pipe system. And that day he came and they had this ceremony, and he turned on the tap, and that day, within a few hours, he filled 500 buckets. Wow, 500 buckets. And then Chika was still carrying buckets. Initially it was $10. After a while, Chike reduced his price to $5. And then Chika continued. Of course, Chika had to sell his own now for $5. So the money was less that he was getting. Then sometime down the line, Chika developed a twisted back pain. He twisted a muscle and he couldn't walk. And then, of course, he had been spending the money was spent. And then he had to talk to his friend, Chike, please, I don't have money, Meanwhile, Chike continued fetching buckets every day. He was making so much money. He even brought his brother from the village and just stationed him by the tap. And he would be reading newspapers, he would travel up and down, and he was making money. After a while, Chika got tired and he had to ask his friend, please, okay, show me the way, So later, his friend helped him. There was another village asking for the same thing, and he now connected him, and he started doing the same thing. Now, what is the moral of this story? The moral of this story is that those buckets that they were carrying represents whatever we're doing today as a job. We're doing it as a job, and it's fantastic. It's probably earning us a lot of money. But one day, one can get tired Either we get tired, or we fall sick, or we get old, or the company says, hey, time to retire. And then what will happen? If it is Chika, he has built a pipe. And the question I want to ask you today, ladies and gentlemen, is that, are you building a pipe system? Now, there are many pipe systems that a few pipe systems that we can think of. There's real estate, you can build a house and it can be a pipe for you. Shares, you can buy shares and the dividends will be the water running for you. You can build a business from scratch and that can be, and you can get director's bonus. Or you can have intellectual property. You write you sing a song and you can get royalties. All these are pipes. But there's another pipe that I'm now going to talk to you about, and that is the opportunity, the industry and the opportunity I'm going to talk to you about today. For me, when I heard this story, a light bulb went on in my head. And even though I had been involved in the industry, the light bulb hadn't really gone on in my head till I realized that, wow, am I Chika or am I Chike? So follow me on the journey of this opportunity. The opportunity I want to talk to us is, just a minute, let me share the slides. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the slides of just a minute. Well, I can't find the slide, but the I want to talk to us about is brought to us on the back of a conglomerate of companies. Just a minute, please. Let me. Yeah, you know, it's brought to us about on the back of a conglomerate of companies. And there are 4 companies that bring together this opportunity I want to talk to us about. The first one is Avenues to Wealth, A2W Limited, which has 11 years of network marketing history and experience. Now the company has, the network marketing side has spiked low and the company has become a network marketing technology company. Then there's a partnership with, exclusive and very close partnership with Marvel Natural Products, which is a company that manufactures an amazing range of products that I want to talk to you about today. Then we have Green Mondays. Green Mondays is the public face of the company, and it is the partner of the distribution arm of this conglomerate that has the mission to inspire, connect, and empower anybody that crosses its path to achieve their dreams. You know, I asked, what are the things you dream about? And so this company is the first indigenous African network marketing company with an international partnerships driving products made globally. And so that is the company. The industry that this company is playing in is predicted to be worth over $140 billion in 2023. So it's an interesting space to be in. So now, what are these products? These products are the Reader range of products, a range of amazing herbal products that are brought to you by Marvel Natural Products PLC. And what is Reader all about? Reader Bitters is the flagship product of this amazing company. And Reader is a blend of 5 key herbs. 5 key herbs that have different properties. But one of the properties that is common to all of them is antioxidant properties. antioxidant properties, and then the product also has other properties: antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, antilipidemic, antihypertensive, anti-malarial, analgesic, anti-inflammatory properties. And it's not just Reader herbal bitters that we have. We have Reader, we have the variants. We have those that are specific for different conditions. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about those ones a bit later. So we also have body care products, body hygiene and body care products, Reader disinfectant, the balm, body wash, body butter, body balm, and so on and so forth. But Reader is an amazing product range. And why? The interesting thing is that Reader has elicited so many positive feedbacks, so many benefits in the lives of people, including myself, that, you know, sometimes one wonders, you know, why, how come so many people testify. At this point, I'd like to give, before I talk a bit more about Reader, I'd like to give one or two people the opportunity to share, you know, share something. If you've taken any of our products, please share. If you can share at this time, it will be appreciated. If there's anybody who has something to share about they've taken Reader and it's done something for them, please share. You have the opportunity to share. You can put up your hand or you can unmute your mic and share. Do we have anybody like that? Do we have anybody who would like to share? Okay, while we're waiting for people, anybody who would like to share, just a minute. While we're waiting for people who would like to share, I would like to share something. I have so many testimonials from people who have given, who have sold the product to, you know, family members, friends. You know, I have my own feedback as well. You know, I know that when this product first came out several months ago, last year, I took the samples. I was going abroad for a while, and I took the samples for, you know, with me. And I just, a period of 6 days, I took, you know, just the little samples. Before I started taking it, I had low back pain, and I had booked an appointment with my GP, you know, to complain about the pain. And I started taking the bitters morning and night. And I found that by the time I was going to see the doctor, to the GP, my pains were nowhere to be found. And honestly, that was amazing. I still went to the doctor and told, you know, because I booked the appointment. But honestly, it's a pain I have taken as, oh, okay, it's part of getting older, but Reader helped me to relieve it. And even when I don't take Reader for a while, the pain still stays away. And when it starts coming back, I will take it, and that's the end of it. That is just one of many testimonies. Another one is that when I take it, I feel so energetic, so well, so up and doing. You know, it helps with energy and all that. I don't know if at this point we have anybody who would like to share. I have the story of a cousin of mine who lives in France, and her husband was diagnosed with early Parkinson's disease. And, you know, she was told that this product, this condition is progressive, you know. And she took, they decided, okay, let them try Reader. And they tried reader, and to her greatest surprise, when they went for a checkup, there was no progression. He was okay, he was fine. And the only different thing from what they'd been doing before was the reader they took. And this is far away in France. So wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever your condition, I would say try reader. Now, why that we've had feedbacks of women who have stopped seeing their menses. We've had feedbacks of people who have infertility and they've gone along to get pregnant, had a baby. We've had issues. I mean, we know, those of us in the medical field, we know that at this time, for different reasons, there are a lot of issues with erectile dysfunction in men, probably too young to have that. But that's what's happening today. But Reader has come to the rescue of many, many homes. Now, why does Reader do what it does? Is it magic? No, it's not magic. There's a phenomenon called oxidative stress. And what is oxidative stress? In our chemical, oh, somebody has raised their hand. Okay, let me, Abiodun Daramola, you can unmute yourself and share, please. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Dr. Funmi. Well done.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I actually have some testimonies as to the functions of reader vitals with the people that I've given them to. Okay. One, I had a couple recently. The wife, the two of them were believing God for children. I didn't even know that the wife had BP, a very high BP. At the first, after using one bottle of the reader bitters and with the use of the Restore, the husband also was on reader bitters and fire. She came back to tell me that the BP that was over 145 came down to about 110. I just shouted because I didn't know that she had that very high BP. Then another one is a lady that has experienced partial strokes sometimes. The monthly flow ceased, but after using reader bitters, she's now full of life and the flow has been restored. Then another couple that I want to share, this one I just shared it recently. I think I shared it with Dr. Funmi also sometimes ago, of a couple that I gave this reader bitters and the Restore and Fire to. They have had IVF about 2 years ago, which was not successful. I think she lost the baby at about 3 months or thereabouts, and then they started using reader bitters, the Restore, and the husband also was using the reader bitters and fire. I remember one of the complaints of the husband sometimes was that how the man be very close to his wife and the body will not move at all. But I encouraged them. He started using the fire, and before I knew it, he came back for the second part. But the beauty of it all is that the wife, sent to me the report of. I just thank God for that testimony that the Lord has done it for them. What they did, and IVF was not successful, and they told me they spent so much just with some bottles of reader bitters. The Lord has answered their prayers. Praise the Lord.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you very much for that. I mean, it's always great that when we share these things, because it can encourage somebody, even if you're in here and that is not your challenge, you will know somebody. And what we tell ourselves, those of us involved with this, is it's wicked for you to know that something can help someone and you don't recommend it. Right? Is there any other person? Thank you very much, Mrs. Daramola, for sharing that. Is there any other person before I go ahead?
Okay. So, Emma.
Okay, Emma, please go ahead.
Okay. Well done, Dr. Funmi. As usual, it's usually always a pleasure having you anchor the presentation. But this testimony is really fresh. Yeah, like really, really fresh. It came in yesterday afternoon, all the way from the US. Wow. It was shared by a big auntie of mine. We call her grandma. She's had this very serious itching in her ear, like an inner ear, like around the eardrums. She's had it really bad. I mean, she's had it consistently. This is someone who is married to a medical doctor, who's had medical doctors around her all through the years. So she's been in and out. She's had, okay, I was told to start my video. Okay. Yeah, so she's had air drops, all sorts of antibiotics. This happened for the past 18 months. It has been that bad. And she told me that, you know, whenever the itching starts, she really literally feels like taking anything in sight to dip it. It was really bad. So she now said on Sunday, the itching began again. And she was just distraught. She was like, oh my God, what's this again? So as she turned, she just stumbled on a 30 ml bottle of the reader just beside her. And she was like, oh, I could try this. I mean, who knows? So she just put a little bit of the bitters, diluted it in water, and took a cotton bud, dipped it into the diluted reader, and just used it like you're trying to clean your inner ear. So she just used it like that. Wow. That was it. She went to bed, she slept well. She woke up in the morning and was like, it's like, I'm not really feeling this thing. She ignored it and did the same thing again. She used the cotton bud to like clean it again. And she said she tried it again at night. And she was talking to me yesterday, like afternoon, evening. She said she was yet to experience anything, that it was like completely gone. You know, one of the things that really struck me was that she diluted it. She didn't even pour it in, you know? Sometimes you think it's in the quantity. Yeah, if something is effective, then it's effective. So she used the cotton bud just, and something that she's been struggling with, using antibiotics, using ear drops and all of that for 18 months, is really completely cleared off. I mean, she was, I mean, I wish I had recorded it was like a WhatsApp call. She couldn't just get over it. She was just shouting like, what is inside this reader? Those are the kind of testimonies we get, and it's really, really, really amazing. Really amazing.
Thank you very much, Emma. Thank you. You know, it's really so amazing, the number and the types of feedbacks we've been getting. But thank you very much. But let's go ahead. So why is reader eliciting all these feedbacks? It's because there's a phenomenon called oxidative stress, like I said, and it is due to excess of substances called free radicals, which are byproducts of chemical processes that go on in the body. That is a simplified version. And the body also makes an antidote to these free radicals, which are called antioxidants. But there are situations whereby the antioxidants, the free radicals in the body are so much more. They're increased. And what causes that? Certain diets, medications, pollution. We know we have masks, we have generator fuels, we have all these things. Lack of good nutrition, too much exercise, contaminants in the water we drink and food we eat. And all these things increase antioxidants. And so you need an external source of antioxidants. But when it's too much like that, we have a resultant effect called oxidative stress. And when oxidative stress affects you in different parts, it gives rise to different conditions. And if you can see the slide on the board, you see if it's multi-organ, you have aging, diabetes, chronic fatigue, in the blood vessels, the immune system, in the brain, the lungs, the skin, all over the body. Oxidative stress plays out in different people. And as such, when we market Reader Herbal Bitters as a wellness supplement, but what happens in reality is that, yes, people take it for wellness, but they now start finding that things they even really had thought, maybe they'd forgotten about it, or they thought nothing can be done about this, they find them getting repaired, because Reader goes to the cellular level to repair the damage caused by oxidative stress. Now, reader does all this, and it's been amazing, I will say. Even I know that we in the medical field were normally not tuned to such things. But you see, you can argue with so many things, but you cannot argue with what a product has done for somebody, and the person is telling you, say, and he said, this is what it did for me. You know, I remember there's a sister of mine, she's a distributor. She sold reader to, I think she's about a 72-year-old lady. And the lady told this lady, this distributor, that you didn't tell me that reader helps with diabetes. And then this distributor, because she didn't know, said it doesn't. The mama said, it does. This is what it did for me. So the thing is that whatever we can say, whatever we want to say, we cannot argue with real life, honest, unsolicited testimonies from people who have used the product. Now, so that is reader for you and the range. Now, what next we're going to talk about, you know, the company brought reader in to solve a problem. The problem is that despite advances in the medical field, which we're very, very grateful for, which have been a lifesaver for many of us, there are conditions that continue to escalate despite medications. There are conditions that continue to have complications. There are new conditions coming up. Look at what we have now. We have coronavirus. We have so many other things coming up. I won't go into detail about those. But you see, people have started to go natural. And it's not just in what we drink. Even in our appearance, people have natural hair, natural this. And so people use a lot of natural products. Statistics have shown that city dwellers in even Nigeria, up to 80% of people use natural products. In abroad, where the medical field is advanced, people, at least 70% of people use natural products. But you see, these are largely unregulated. Here, people buy all sorts from the Alagbos, from the Yarisis and the, you know, Ilewe Omos, and, you know, people carrying these, you see these different colors of herbs all that people carry around, and the way they're not quantified, they're not qualified, the conditions under which they were made are not known. But so our company, Marble Natural Products, has brought to us this product set up. The factory was set up deliberately set up according to ISO standards, so that you're sure that what you have is the right quality, right is safe. It's approved by NAFDAC, but not only by NAFDAC, it's approved also by the FDA in the US. And as such, our product is going all over the world. Now, when a company has a product, of course, the next thing is to market it. Now, this company has decided that, no, we don't want to just empower some big distributors, maybe go to Idumota and get one big distributor who pay billions and have the sole rights. The company has decided that, no, we're going to market this and empower, inspire, and empower everyday people. Because it has been found that the recommendation of a trusted friend, a trusted acquaintance, someone you know, is stronger than regular advertisements. You know, we could also go on billboards, radio, TV, but no, this company has decided to market the product through everyday people like you and I. And so you have, the goal is that we come in and be part of this. You've taken reader, you've been taking it, come in and be a distributor. And what will happen? You continue to use and share with your family and friends, but you get compensated. And how do you get compensated? Now you come on board. I will show you later I'll talk about how you can come on board, but you come on board and there are different forms of income. There's active income, there's leverage passive income, and there's passive income. Active income is like Chike and Chika who are carrying buckets, you have to do something to earn that income. Instant reward. So when you bring somebody on board, you get an instant reward, you get a personal bonus, you get a GMX reward. But then you also build, you introduce others. As you introduce others, those others go on to introduce others, and they also generate some rewards for you. After a while, that reward becomes passive. And this company compensates people in not just one way. There are 13 compensation, there are 13 ways in which you earn when you are a member of this company. Just a minute. Now, when you come on board, there are 3 different plans. I know that there's some of us in here who are probably used to network marketing. You know about the uni-level plan, you know about the binary plan, you know about the matrix plan, and maybe some of you even have your preferences for one of them. But in Green Monday, you are plugged into 3 compensation plans: the uni-level, the binary, and the matrix plan. So you are firing with 3 bullets at the same time, and you are earning from those. Because of time, I don't have time to go deep into the compensation plan, but this is the binary plan. As people come in under you, they're positioned under you. And even in this binary plan, you may come in and just come in and take your product and don't do anything. Now, we don't encourage that. Personally, I would not like to have you in my team if that's what you want to do, to be honest with you. But you can actually do that and earn even hundreds of millions. Because if you come in and take position, and the person you sign up under is active, people will fall under you and you'll be earning even without doing anything for quite a while. Then the matrix plan, at the same thing with that. The matrix plan, you can come on board. I mean, I've had people who came in with the matrix plan, didn't even bring a rat or a cockroach into the business. And I call them, you've earned though. And they're like, wow, how come? That is what this business is about. Now, I want to show you the projections. As we are part of this business, we work with a strategy which leads to great value. So we work with something called the power of 4, whereby you come on board and you bring in 4 friends, 4 people like you, 4 people like you, 4 people who have a dream, 4 people who the light bulb has gone on in their heads, and they have decided, look, this is what I want to do. I've seen it and I'm going for it. And you help those 4 people to also bring their 4. Now, the column on the right is, you can see week or month. It is a period. It can be a week, it can be a month, where you come in and you bring your 4, and then the next month you bring your 4, you help your 4 to bring their own 4, and then you teach them to help their own 4 to bring their 4, and you build like that. And if you look on the right column where it's yellow, you will see that the earnings start small. But as you build, you can see these are the projections. And if you look down to the end of the slide, the 12th period, now this may be 12 months. It may be that it takes you 3 months to bring your 4. So the periods will be quarters. So that 12 would be 3 years. Or even if it's 5 years, or 6 years, or 10 years. And then let's say it's 5 years it takes you to build to your 12th generation. If you look at the income on the right side of the column, you see about 2.768 billion. But if you add everything together, you will see that it is 4.5 billion naira. So I tell you, if you come into this business, let's say you didn't even, you didn't do, everybody that you brought in didn't do their best. Some said, I'm not doing it again. Some lost their vision, because for me, anybody seeing this business like this and not doing it again has lost that vision. Or maybe they had no real reason, no why to come in. And they don't do. And maybe you achieve 10% of projected value. 10% of 4.5 billion is 450 million. Okay, let's even say that what you even achieved, doing your own best, because we have a saying, if it is to be, it is up to me. So if you've taken it that it's up to you and you've done your own best and you achieve in, let's say 5-6 years, only 1%, that comes to 45 million. Now, would you say the person who invited you here as a guest, the person who invited you here, if in 5 years you made 45 million from this business, would you say the person scammed you? No, I do not think so. Especially as that this is just showing a picture of people inviting people on the lowest package. Now I'm going to talk about how you can come in, the packages, the packages that you can come in with. Sorry, just a minute, let me find it. Okay, so we have 5 levels you can come in with, depending on your dream, depending on your pocket, depending on your belief that it can happen. It starts from VIP. Now, people ask me, why do I start from VIP? Come on now, VIP, why do I start? Yeah, I start from VIP because VIP is the ideal. I'm a VIP member, by the way. So VIP is 750,000 naira. You come in, you are not throwing the money into the air. Like some opportunities, you throw it into the air and pray that this rises, that falls, that. No, when you come in, you get products worth more than what you've paid. But let's say you've decided, oh, I can't do VIP. You can do platinum, 400,000, gold, 140,000, silver, 75,000, bronze, at all, naim bad. You know, if that is you, at all, naim bad. Come in with 40,000 naira. If that's all you have, I will say don't come in with the comfortable one. Come in with something slightly uncomfortable so that you will drive this business. And then what do these things earn you? It determines the depth of generations from which you earn from. The bronze, you earn from 7 generations deep. The silver, you earn from 8 generations deep. The gold, you earn from 10 generations deep. The platinum, VIP, 12 generations deep. But with platinum and VIP, and this is why VIP and platinum are very desirable, you get a global share. You get a share of as a VIP, whether you are driving actively or not, you get a share of 2% of the company's profit, and you get it monthly. And so this, when I calculated this, it amounts right now to about around 5% return on investment. This is now that this product is just a year old. We're just starting. We're just scratching the ground. In 5 years, 10 years, the global share is going to be a lot more than that. But mind you, the VIP is probably not going to be 750,000 naira then. So these are what you get from these packages. So today, you know, let's go back to the story of Chika and Chike. Are you a Chike or are you a Chika? Chika was carrying buckets. Yes, we have to carry buckets. Even in this business, we carry buckets. But you see, as you carry buckets, it's wise to build a pipe, to lay pipes. Whatever business or job you are doing, you love your job is easy. Still, in whatever, even if you have 3 streams of income right now, let's building a pipe, laying pipes be one of them. And I tell you that network marketing is the cheapest, the easiest way to lay pipes. Yes, because you can build a house and buy a house. How many of us right now have 50 million naira to buy a house or to build a house that will earn you income of maybe 1.2 million naira or less annually? But with network marketing and this amazing opportunity, you've seen the amounts, you can, with less than 100,000 naira, start laying pipes. Now, I said something in my invitation to some of you. I'm a medical doctor. I retired I'm retired from full-time government clinical employment. I practice as a school health consultant, and I do some other things, like the jewelry you see I'm wearing. I created and designed it. But let me tell you, since COVID-19, every business, any venture I've been doing has been on lockdown, except my Green Mondays business. Rather, my Green Mondays business has been moving up. It starts gradually. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but I've seen in this lockdown period, I have hit levels in 2 of my accounts in the lockdown period. I know I talked to some people and I say, okay, after COVID, don't say after COVID, please say now, because this is the time people's eyes are opening that, yes, you should have a COVID-free, recession-free, lockdown-free business. And this is one that I can hit my head and tell you is one of those. So, ladies and gentlemen, family members and friends, I thank you so much. Those of you who have been invited here, the person who invited you loves you and just feels so excited that, look, I can't be seeing something good like this and my people don't understand it. I know that many people, network marketing has been misunderstood. It is because many people don't really understand. But now you have some understanding. What will you do about it? Well, thank you all very much. We have a wonderful meeting coming up at 6 p.m. Try to join. And so that's the end of my presentation today. If we have any questions, I'll be happy to answer right now. But I'm very grateful that I've been able to talk with us today. Thank you for having me.